Dana talked about decision-making with the quarterbacks on Monday. Where do you see that?
I mean, ultimately, we're going to have to make a decision. I think everybody knows that. But, I mean, if I had to make one right now, it would be, heck, that's what when I was in the quarterback meeting room a while ago, I mean, everybody, and I know, the decision isn't made on paper. It really isn't. I mean, you got to take a lot of intangibles into it. You got to take into account the number of reps they've all had, compared to each other. And ultimately, it comes down to who gives us the best chance to win. And that's a decision we got to make. Who can lead this team and who gives us the best chance to win. And so, but right now, all of them at times look really good. They really do. All of them are right around 70% completions in team deals. It's all pretty good. Taking care of the ball better than the first week. And so, I'm telling the group in there the same thing I'm telling Dana. I said, I want one of you guys to make this decision easy on us, And that's up to you guys, I said, if you don't, then we're going to make the decision and then we're going to live with it,
Will their decisions on the field help your decisions when you?
Oh, yeah. If you're not taking care of the ball and you're making bad decisions, it's going to, we can't have a guy out there we don't trust. And so, but for the most part, those guys are doing a good job of that, They really are. All of them are, all of them have come along really, really good, And it's going to be interesting to me too, I know I have to say the right things or whatever, but we're really not close right now to deciding one. It's really that. We're still giving all of them equal reps basically. So that'll tell you something right there. We hadn't even eliminated one yet, and so that's telling in itself.
But by Saturday, you're going to have to figure it out.
Yeah, we got to have it narrowed down, And ultimately, the reason I don't think it'll be an extremely hard choice is because I think at the end of the deal, you gotta. Every team's different. The chemistry of every team is different, and ultimately it comes down to who gives you the best opportunity to win. And if whoever that is, we're gonna go with it. And whoever loses the job, that's part of being a good teammate too. I've been in situations where I lost a job before. You gotta be a good backup. Buy in. Everybody's got to buy in. You're not the only person that lost a position this camp,
Well, I sense you oscillating a little bit, maybe one practice here, one practice here.
Oh, I am. There's no doubt about it. I'm doing that with a lot of positions, and I think that's natural,
Yeah.
And I think at some point you got to step back and look at the whole deal, And and at times, I'm probably right now, I look at things a little bit different because, the level of reps that they've had is different, And so, it's hard to sit there and have a true evaluation based on, the number of reps all of them have had in this system. So, and the wheels, for Clint, the wheels are still spinning a lot of the times when he looks for the signal and stuff. So, that you take that into account too,
Is it, at least from the way you're sounding, a good problem to have that they're not separating themselves because they're all playing well, as opposed to not separating themselves because you don't like what you're seeing out of any of them?
They're not always playing well. There are times where, there's times where we don't play well at all. But I'm saying as far as a whole, all of them are doing good things. I'm not sitting here saying all of them are playing well all the time, because that's not true. And there's times that it looks really, really bad out there, and there's times that it looks good. That's what's frustrating about it. We gotta, in my opinion, we gotta offensively find somewhere in the middle to execute. It can't be that big of a high and low, and right now it is. And maybe it's because we're repping too many guys around them and there isn't that cohesion. But there's times that we can score in 2 plays or 3 plays and it looks like dadgum, those guys look pretty good. And there's times where we go backwards 15 yards in 3 plays. And it can't be that big of a difference. We gotta find some happy medium right there where we can just live comfortably and execute.